Howdy guys, what's up? It's your host Anarchy and welcome back to another episode of Together We Designed. For today's episode I have a bunch of Photoshop tips, tricks, and things you might not have known, so without further ado, let's get right into the video. Our first tip is going to be one regarding brushes. Did you know that if you hold B on your keyboard to bring up the brush tool and hold Alt, moving your mouse up and down changes the hardness of the brush, while moving your mouse left and right changes the size of the brush? These next couple of tips are going to be for layers. The first one being if you want to select certain layers, holding Shift and clicking on two layers will select those layers with the ones in between being selected, while instead if you hold Control and click, it'll only select the layers that you click on. This next one is brought to you by TryandFan Random Monkey, so thank you for this one. When you select certain layers by doing this, what we just discussed, if you right click on the eye next to them, you can show or hide all other layers that aren't those ones. Also, if you'd like to camera raw an entire image or similarly do something with the whole image without duplicating everything, if you hold Alt, Control, Shift, and E on your keyboard, you can make a layer from all visible layers. One thing that I utilize a lot when recoloring Overwatch skins is using Content Aware Fill to cover things up like logos or oopsies with the game models. All you've got to do is rasterize the layer, select the portion that you'd like to fill, go to Edit and then Content Aware Fill, then color in the spaces you'd like the selection to look like, and boom. This is not perfect 100% of the time, but for what I use, it mostly works. My next tip is going to be to utilize swatches. Swatches are something that I use a lot when I do Overwatch League fan work, because before I used to have a document with all the OWL team color codes and I'd bring it up every time I wanted to do a project. And it wasn't updated either, so the teams that color changed for Season 3 I had to go off the OWL website and get screenshots and color pick them, and it was very inefficient. Recently though, my friend and former Triumph alum T shared an OWL team swatch file with me that has colors for all the OWL teams saved with me, so I don't have to color pick them anymore. So, if there are certain colors that you frequently use, save them to your swatches by clicking on one of the colors at the bottom, picking your color, and then adding it to a swatch. I swear it saved me so much time by having the Triumph colors saved to swatches instead of having to color pick them off the branding sheet every time. Speaking of color picking, if you want a specific color out of a picture but you don't know the color code, if you press I on your keyboard to bring up the color picker tool and then hold down left click, you can hover over the colors till you get the exact one you're looking for. Another simple trick that some people don't actually know is if you have a layer style, for example a stroke that you want to be hidden by a layer mask, if you go to the FX tab at the bottom of the layer panel, select blending options and then tick layer mask hides effect, it'll be hidden by the layer mask. A simple one but a lifesaver. If you're making a selection and mess it up with say the rectangle or ellipse marquee tool, which is M on your keyboard, you can move it while still making the selection by holding space. Lastly, we're going to talk about text. For example, I'm one who uses all capital text for just about everything, so if you mess it up originally by say you make it all lowercase or something else, if you press Ctrl A on your keyboard to select all the text and then go to the box with two capital T's, it will make all the text capital. If you go back to the one with FI, it will bring back uppers and lower cases. These tabs also let you do other cool text effects, including the subscripts and superscripts, underlines, strikethroughs, and etc. That's going to be all for today's episode of Together We Design. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and my tips for you guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to catch more fun and exciting Triumph content. Thank you and goodbye.